Welcome to the best hour of their day podcast with your hosts, Jason Fernandez
and me, Jason Ackerman. With more than 20 years in the business,
as both coaches and affiliate owners,
our passion is to help create world-class affiliates
and coaches by building
better boxes. Welcome to
the best hour of your day.
Back in your lives, Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024, coming up on 2025. Can you believe it? I was watching something the other day and it was like 1994, and I was like, that was 30 years ago.
I'm like just getting to the age where like that stuff's like starting to hit me. Like it's like new not being like the youngest in the room because like now I'm in my early 30s. But like something popped up the other day where they said like 2000, the year 2000 is now like the same distance away as 1980 was when we were in high school.
Yeah.
And I remember in high school, it's like, oh, 1980, like that was my dad. He went to school. And I'm like, bro, that's me.
Yeah, no, like that's the type of stuff when you're like, oh, like when I was a kid, this was like the 60s.
Yeah.
Right. Do you ever see those stupid memes where they're like 2000 was 40 years ago. Think about that. And it was like, no, it's like they're lying, but it's like it makes like they're so dumb. Anyway, what's up, James? I'll see you today, tomorrow. I don't remember. I'm gonna see you soon. And coincidentally enough, Pat followed up. We're all going out to dinner on Thursday. But Christian, what are we talking about today?
Today, speaking of the end of the year, speaking of the holidays, we're going to talk about retention, specifically around keeping members to the holidays. It's like a theme where like this tends to be the time of year. This and summer tends to be the time of year where like things dip down. Maybe there's not as many leads. So like, how can we like be more proactive about it?
Cool. Well, I think you're cutting in and out your mic.
Am I?
At times. You might just be mumbling. But I've got two things I want to go over that I think that will actually not only improve retention, but potentially growth this time of year. Before that, it's kind of becoming part of the show. Star Wars trivia from James. I think this is easy. Like I'm reading the question and like I don't know that I think I know the answer, to be honest, for one of them. If I'm even considering knowing the answer, Christian, this is like kindergarten for Christian.
Yeah.
This is like kindergarten. So I'll put it up. What is the significance of the number 1138 in Star Wars, and where does it appear in the original trilogy? So I think that it had to do with another movie, I want to say, but I'm not positive.
That's good. That's good.
And I think it was on the X-Wing. It was like the license plate on the X-Wing. Or is that wrong?
Here's the deal. I'm going to give James half for this one. So one, I totally know where it came from. It's THX 1138.
Okay, so
which was like George Lucas's his like college project, and then he actually ended up like re-releasing it as a full-length movie, and it has like tons of references, like 1138 is everywhere. But I will forego to James because I don't remember where in the original trilogy it appears.
Oh, what do you mean? You don't know the answer to something?
I don't remember.
I think it's on the X-Wing.
Tell me where it's at, James,
license plate. I think it's a license plate.
I don't know. I was thinking it was either a stormtrooper or...
What would happen if I got an answer that you didn't get?
It's not the docking bay. I don't know.
All right. Well, let's James will chime in. Yeah, James is coming in for Zell 4. Ryan will be in town. I think Ryan said he texted me right before this. I think he's hopping on a flight. Okay.
Right. Oh, cell block 1138. You got me, James.
You got him. Keep coming. So, oops. Pat's going to be here. We, Brittany. Actually, I think they're going to be at Mafia. Is that right, Brittany? Is the level 4 at Mafia this week? All right, let's talk.
James and Pat, are they both taking the level 4?
No, Pat's not. Pat, I think, will probably take his next year. James is coming into town, and Ryan is.
Ryan Wheeler?
Yeah. And then, cool. It's at Mafia. Awesome. In Erie. Actually, I just, who was I talking to? I can't remember. I'll have to think about it, Brittany. I was trying to get somebody to go to your box in Erie.
I don't know, but I will pull now that Ryan's gonna go to that level 4. I'll see if we can get him on with Todd and Cabo on their Thursday live 2 weeks from now, not this week, but next week, and see
Cool.
if he can talk about the things that he's allowed to talk about.
Awesome. Yeah, that'll be great. I think it was somebody at Friendsgiving,
And
Brittany.
James is doing the level 4 too.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
James, if you're down, I'll get with Todd and Cabo if you want to go live with Todd and Cabo on the Coach Dev live on Thursdays. You and Ryan can game on the level 4. That'd be cool.
Cool. And Pat's gonna do it. Dude, if James and Ryan pass this week, because we're going out to dinner on Thursday, we're gonna get wasted.
Do we
So
know how many best hour coaches have passed the level 4 now? Like the level 3s is like dozens, and like I've lost count.
For level 3s
The
and the
level
hundreds.
4s, it has to be like dozens of level 4s now, right?
No, you think that?
Is it 12? We've had a good amount.
I mean, you're right. 12 is a dozen.
I think there's at least
I mean,
three people.
Dr. Fuller, Steve Clegg. I mean, are you including Brittany Pass while she was? I mean, Fern. Like, I don't think that's fair to lump into like they were best hour people. Like they were kind of good already.
They were already the creme de la creme, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but no, we've definitely had a couple other people pass. You're right. It's close.
It's a good amount.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not dozens, but I'll have to find out. I have the list somewhere.
It could be close. It might not be dozens. It might be dozen. How come dozen? How come 12 got a word?
I don't know.
What was the first thing, anybody watching, what was the first thing served? Jen's just passed? Do you know that person? What was the first thing served in a dozen? Because now it's like eggs come in a dozen other things, but like, I wonder why. There's got to be a reason why back in the day they're like 12 makes sense for this. Okay. Are you looking it up?
Yeah.
Bakery saying, no, you can't just think. I mean, Chris, obviously that's what we all think. I want facts. Like we're all Baker's dozen, right? But like, I want facts on this show, Chris.
There's speculation, but apparently it may have originated with the Mesopotamians, who started counting in base 12. I did know that.
First question. Who's a Mesopotamian? What's a Mesopotamian?
It was ancient culture. It was like one of the oldest known ancient civilizations.
Cool.
They existed around the Fertile Crescent.
I don't know what you're talking about.
North Africa.
Oh, by the way, in case anyone was curious, Christian can ice skate.
Yeah, I played hockey.
Yeah, you had to show off. I would be so annoyed if I showed up at a rink and you were doing your little loop-de-loops.
I wasn't, dude. They had. This is so off topic now.
Well, we'll go back. We'll go back to retention.
But yeah, there was actually people like practicing figure skating in the middle. Like I was not like it was, yeah. There was like people on the walls and then people doing like,
you go ice skating in the winter and there's two types of people. Those just trying to stay on their skates, on their feet, and those like you. There's like no in-betweens, right? And it's like you have to show off. You have to be like, look, everybody, I know how to skate. Look at me. That's what you're doing. There's like a big, you might as well have the orange cones, like you're landing a plane.
Like I DM'd, like the DM I sent you on Facebook, you do the same thing when you have to RX every day at your gym. Hey, look at me. I've been doing it so long.
The difference is that I thought about it because I got your response. The difference is like like everyone's watching you. Like if I'm RXing next to anybody else, like they don't know what's going on. You're like, look at me. It's a very like I need attention. Everybody watch Christian. Anyway, I'm actually in between. I'm not afraid of dying when I skate, but I'm also not nearly at your level. Like I can go around the rink.
Yeah. I like skating a lot.
There's a place over here in Louisville that we take. You can get like the little things that the kids hold on to. So Dominic, exceptionally bad at skating, huh? So bad. Was he just putting it on, or is he really that unathletic?
That was the first time he's ever been on skates, so it was rough.
Yeah, and I love that his friends came up to hold his hand. That was so funny.
It was hilarious.
I was like, that is really funny. Okay.
It was hilarious.
So we're December 3rd. This is the time of year where I think it's different than summer. In the summer, people proactively like take off. It's beautiful weather wherever you live. Like I want to do outdoor, like Colorado. It's like I hike all summer, I run, I bike, etc. So I do think you see a lot of these holds. I think December and the holiday season in particular. By the way, Christmas and Hanukkah, same day, same day this year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a big deal for the Jews out there. But the difference is the holidays. I think people just fall off.
Okay.
Like life gets to them, right? Like not many people are like, "Hey, December 18th to the 31st, it's when I periodize and I take rest days and like this and that, right? It's like shit, life got to me and I got to go get this for the kids and there's a holiday party at work. So I think let's talk about a few things we can do for those people, but then I also want to talk about two things. I want to talk about the gift cards. I think if you're a box owner, you should be doing this and many have done it. But if you're a coach watching or you're watching this later, let's give you all the information you need to make that happen because it's not too late. It's early still. And then a win back campaign. And it's a little late to do a win back for the month of December, but you could do it for January. You also don't have to do it on like this month. It could be like December 20th to this, right? So let's talk about those two things later on. But right now, internally, what are some of the things? And I'd love to hear James and Brittany and Pat and anyone else, Kanan, that they're doing internally to. I'll throw an idea out there.
Yeah, I got one too that we do at my gym. You can go ahead.
Okay, I want to hear. But so last week, I think it was last week, I asked Brittany. Brittany has this really beautiful committed club board.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. She used to do one like it was different. It's different than she used to do. She actually does a bronze, silver, gold, which is like if you make this or this, which is cool.
Oh.
But I would. Are you writing that down?
No.
They writing down. But I would potentially one idea would be like, hey, committed club in December. Maybe we lower the threshold.
Oh, okay.
Right. So if yours is 16, hey guys, we know December's busy, but if you can make it to 12 classes this month, because the goal of the committed club is also like, hey, when you're at 8, 9, 10, like, hey, 2 more times. Right. So that might be enough of a push. Just throwing it out there. Like it could be, or whoever comes in the most, or like other things that are rewarding people for coming in.
So we do that's layered into what we do. So we do a like an a Christmas advent, we call it a Christmas countdown card.
Chocolate.
And so everybody gets this card and on it are 25 different tasks you can do during the month of December. And
That's cool.
some of them are like totally unrelated to the gym thing. Like one of them is go get a picture with Santa. And you like mark it off and and so for every box that they check off, they turn in after Christmas, and then each box is an entry for them to win a prize. So we're going to give out 5 small prizes after Christmas, and it's all going to be random drawing from people doing these. And so one of them is that there's like leave the gym a Google review, but then there's other things that are more like uh, focused around getting them into the gym. So I have show up 5, 10, 15 times. Those are 3 different boxes. So if you show up 5 times, that's another box, 10 times. There's show up to a different class time than you normally do. So encouraging people to like when your schedule's crazy and you got to make it to the 6 a.m., at least I get to check off my little box when I do it. And then we've also got in there show up to our 12 days of Christmas workout. So we've got this little game so that all December they're like engaged and they're thinking about the gym. They're coming in and people really like that.
I love it. So there's 25 boxes
Mm-hmm.
and they have to hit all 25.
Nope. It's up to 25 entries. So every box you check off counts as an entry. Yep.
Cool.
So if you only filled out one box, you got 1 entry. You did 25. You get 25 entries to win a prize.
And they could do them. Obviously, some they can't do on the same day, but it's not like an advent calendar where it's like you open. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
I tell them you don't have to do it on the day. Like they're numbered, but I was like, you don't have to do it on that day, and you don't have to do it in order. They're just like 25 little fun tasks. So there's some you could do, like you can knock out 5 in a day.
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Again, it's just another thing to remind them to come in.
Right.
Very, very cool. I don't know. outside of that, I mean, I think it's just a time of year where you're like increasing reach outs, staying on top of people at the whiteboard, talking about, the importance of finding time for yourself or eating right. Like this is our job as coaches, right? It's like, cool. It's not just the hour here, but we all recognize as a society, as a country, this is the time of year people gain weight. Like it's
Yep.
objective. Like this is the time of year. So what are we doing as the leaders in this community, right? As the forefront of this occupation?
Speaking of those check-ins, we do weekly check-ins. Kayla does them, but every Wednesday she pulls our attendance report, and if we haven't seen you for the week, you're getting a text message. Well, because Thanksgiving was just last week, instead of waiting till Wednesday, yesterday she went through that list and was like, anybody that I haven't seen, that I didn't see last week or only showed up once last week, like you're going to get a text on Monday to remind you, like, hey, Thanksgiving's over. Where you at? And just tweaking some of those things makes a big difference.
Because I think that's where it starts, right? That's truly where it starts. Like Thanksgiving, like I'm off work, like I ate too much Thursday, I had leftovers Friday, I'm lazy Saturday, and then it's like now I don't show up Monday, and now I don't show up for the next 30 days. So that's really where it's at. If you can remind people, like, hey, you still got 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like take off I was telling Roz just before this, like next Saturday we have like 4 parties. Like I'm not
I
gonna go to
literally have every Saturday and Sunday from now until January, second week of January. Every Saturday, Sunday is accounted for.
right, but it's like cool. But that's not Monday to Friday,
Right. Right.
right? So it's easy, to fall off. Yeah, I love it. Cool. That's cool.
That's fun,
Brandy did
Courtney.
something similar. Yeah, everybody should be doing that. So cool. We talk about that. So James mentioned, at Albany CrossFit they did the gift cards, and I think this is it's something I started back then. I remember when I started it, James. I don't know if you remember this, but at one point we switched to Mind Body Online. This is way back when, and they gave like the cards like you would have. This might have been before James was there. To like scan.
Oh, like an actual gift card.
But yeah, but it was actually like a scanned card, and then we were like
Oh, okay.
using them as gift. Like we went through that where like you actually scanned to come into class.
Oh, I see. Like it was like I got it.
Like a yoga studio does, or like my jujitsu school uses Mind Body, right? So you scan your card. But then we were just giving them out. We're like, hey, this is $100. I think we actually did a free month the first time we did it. And again, really it's all about the execution. It's like, okay, and the execution is all about how clear you are at the forefront.
Can you lay out more clearly like what this gift card strategy is?
Yes. So, I like that, Brandy, too. So let me restart back. You have a stack of gift cards. That's funny, Pat. I don't. He's like, you didn't sign up. I'm like, I'm not downloading my body online again. So- I'm like, it's
That's
a
hilarious,
surprise.
Pat.
Like, it's a pleasant surprise every time I show up for class. So you have a stack of gift cards. You can print them like you're excellent at Canva, right? Go on Canva or go on Vistaprint. Print them out cheap. They should cost you less than $1 per. That depends on the card stock. And then just be very clear on there. This is worth X, $50, $100, a free month, discount on onboarding. It expires this date, right? Like, so start to set these. These are new members only. Whatever rules you want to put on there. Like, people ask, like, is this for this? It's like, it's up to you. If you want to.
Do you hand these to your members or do you have them buy them?
No. So you could do it 2 ways. So, for example, the jiu-jitsu school I'm at, they have it like, hey, you could buy a free month for $50.
And what is that, like 70% off, something
It's
crazy?
pretty. Yeah, I think jujitsu is actually like 215.
Oh, okay. So
For just
yeah,
jujitsu.
that's like
So
75% off.
don't quote me. Like I could be a little off, but it's like something like that, right? Which I think is cool. Now I think there's a difference. I love it, Kanan. I think that's the way to go. Like you should, like if you're the box owner, put your face on it. That's funny. But I think there's a pro and a con to that. So if I'm at Modern Human CrossFit, your box, and you're like, hey, would you like to buy a month for your mom? A month is normally what, 165?
169. Yeah.
169. we're selling them for 50. I think they have some other deals of like the duration, etc. But like,
Sure.
I would tell you this: the likelihood that person comes in is higher.
Yeah, because they have skin in the game.
Right. And it's like, I'm actually buying this. When I give it to Christian or my mom, I'm going to be like, Mom, I bought this. Like, but the truth is, even if you do it for free, it should have the same feel. The difference is, if you do it for free, everybody can take them. Now, half of them might not ever get given away. That's not
Mhm.
the purpose. It's like, hey, Mom, I got you a gift card for a free month. Like, Mom doesn't know what I spent on it. All she
Sure.
knows is this is worth $169.
Yeah.
Right. So, the questions that often come up are expiration. Obviously, the goal is we're giving these out towards the end of December. The expiration has to be at least the end of January, like end of January, maybe even Q1. It could be a year from now if you want. Like, there's no harm in extending it. The difference is the scarcity feeling of like, oh, I better start. And you want people to
Right.
start this time of year. The difference also is, if I know this expires January 31st, I'm going to have a bunch of new people coming in the first 31 days of the year. I'm aware of the programming. Maybe if I'm an onboarding gym, like, I don't do onboarding and I'm more aware of it, maybe I try to combine, because that's the follow up. Like, what if we do an onboarding? And then again, it's like, cool, you do an onboarding, we have different things to consider. Is this a discount on onboarding? Is the onboarding free? Do they bypass onboarding? Because if onboarding is now free, but you still pay a coach, like, the goal of this is it's zero cost to you leads.
Yeah.
You know, people, as you know, anything you put on the internet, people will find a reason to fight you on. It's like, it's $100. It's like, yes and no. Like, yes, if my mom comes in, you didn't get $169, but would my mom have come in?
Right. There's a difference between like it cost me to acquire somebody versus the opportunity cost, which
And
like you're foregoing that.
and affiliate owners are so short sighted. It's like, if you look at it just as this month, yeah. But if mom comes in, I want her to be here for 3 years.
Right,
Like,
right.
that's like, and if that's your issue, well, then we have something deeper to dig into. It's, you're bad at retention, which probably means you're bad at coaching,
Sure.
right? Like, if we dig deep enough, it's like, oh, inevitably, when you dig into retention, it's like, oh, your class experience sucks.
Yeah, and it might not even be I mean, yeah, coaching could be like technical coaching or it could just be your classes aren't fun.
Yeah, yeah, it could be many things, but it's like,
But yeah, it could be it's something to do with your class
I will
experience.
tell you this. My thought, when it comes to class experience, it is rarely I don't get coached well enough. It's almost always they're not actually enjoyable,
Mm.
right? Like, because think about it. Like, most people that are at your affiliate, especially in the first 12 months, I would extend that to 24 months, don't know what good coaching is. They're like,
Yeah, and I
oh,
think that
like
yeah,
that,
and I
she
think
told
that
me to
does
wiggle my toes and that felt better and I actually lifted more. That's great. It's like, cool, that's 101.
right. Well, and I think that does tie into like this whole thing of like, if you are the drill sergeant coach and you're always like holding positions, giving all the cues, like remember people just came off Thanksgiving. Like maybe lighten up a little bit and focus more on having fun for the next 4 weeks to keep people showing up, opposed to like, drilling grandma to keep up 50 RPMs in her echo bike.
Well, and I'll give you a great example. Pat's on here. Pat, I'll give you a shout out 2 times now. Probably more. One time he almost hurt me. I'll give you the honest. One time I forget what we were doing, Pat. I don't remember we are going overhead and doing, and he like gave me like the back of the heel cue. I mean, it was a front squat, and like I almost fell over. I was like, that was a terrible cue. But 2 times. One time on my muscle ups, like he truly changed my muscle ups, and then on chest to bar, it was like these weren't the muscle up ones. He was like, "Hey, jump up and get into your kip." Like, it wasn't like, "Hey, by the way, jump up and externally rotate and drive your," like, it was like, and then with the pull ups, like, pull your elbows back, right? It's like, the point is, like, I've been doing this longer than anyone watching. I've got the highest credential, and it was like these simple cues. It's like,
Humble brag.
was, yes, very humble brag. But point is, it was like, it wasn't like anything crazy. It was like
Right.
just simple cues. It's like, so
Yeah.
And when I leave Pat's class, despite the fact that he always plays death metal, I love it because I'm like, oh, that actually I got better today. Bonus, like when he plays good music. So anyway, gift cards, you should be doing it every year. I love what AAA did. Put your face on it, make it fun. You could do lots of things. You could do awards, whoever brings the most people in. You could do all sorts of fun stuff.
And I
One of the,
like that it captures both the giving season that we're in, and it capitalizes on January, which tends to be a time of year where people are more interested in starting up a program. And so, like you said, with
absolutely.
the expiration is like when we keep it condensed to this window, um, we're able to help them take action when they're more likely to do it.
Absolutely. And then one other thing I would throw in there is just the referral. Like, affiliate you clients know we're big proponents of referral. Referral looks like uh, about 40%, rough number, make it even if you want. I refer my mom. So when mom joins, I get 40% off. Well, actually, we could dig into it, but in cash, handed to you in front of other people at the whiteboard, all these things to make it really important. Mom gets it off her first purchase,
That's what
right?
we do in my gym.
Yeah,
You get $50 off, you get $50 cash.
right. So with this, my preference is the person that bought or gifted the card still gets the referral.
Oh
And
yeah,
I know you can look at it like, but it wasn't zero. It's zero again. Mom's gonna stay longer, right?
sure.
And you always want to take care of your members when they bring other people.
Yep.
You want to make it really important in your culture, in your community to reward people for they're like the lifeline of your business.
Yep.
Like that $50 is well worth it. So
Yep.
I think we kind of those are the main topics or questions we get. Now,
Yeah, no, I like that. Do you want to, on the same vein of like using this actually as an opportunity to grow in, instead of being stagnant? Because December can be rough for leads, with Christmas around. So you want to talk about reinvigoration campaign and how we can use that as an opportunity?
yeah, so the other thing would be the win back, right? I mean, well, you're talking about reinvigoration. You're talking win back or
Yeah, yeah, yep,
yeah.
yeah. Win back campaign.
I mean, reinvigoration, to be clear for everyone, like you should have when someone is no longer a member of your box because they never joined to begin with, but you got their information or left, there should be constant communications from your like reinvigorating them, so to speak. And then specifically for a win back, let's say I don't think January is a bad time. Like, but right now is when you would need to jump in. Can people still download the free PDF, Christian?
Yeah, yep, yeah. If you go to besthouroftheirday.com, go to affiliates and affiliate tools. Our win back campaign, it's a free campaign. It's already built out. The emails are all sent out. You just need to tweak them, add your name, change your dates, and it's ready to roll.
Oh wait, they get the email sent to them as if they're from us too, or they're just in
No,
the
no, no.
okay.
We have it's a PDF that we send
Yeah.
to them, and they can copy the email, send it out.
Yeah, that's what
It's already written for them.
so I wrote those a while ago. I don't remember what month because I like used a specific month, but you would just tweak it like, hey guys, we know January is the beginning of the year and it's everyone's got their resolutions. So Kanan just did it, got 5 people, but you have to set it up now in December, right? So
Yeah,
it's
and
like
you could even pose it now as like, "Hey, we miss you. Merry Christmas. We're gifting you January for free."
perfect. I would even throw in there, hey, and if you want to start now, by all means, take 2 months.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean,
Like come in during the holidays too, right? But point is, every affiliate has hundreds, some thousands of again former members or a lead that filled something out or never joined or for whatever reason. Give them the month for free, and you could do this. I would say twice a year at most, but what better time than the beginning of the year when people are setting the resolutions, like come in for free. And again, it's one of those things where it's like, for the free month, like, yeah, you're gonna be here anyway. You're coaching anyway. And the goal is anytime someone does it, like AAA, like anybody else is like, I got 3 members, I got 5 members. And it's like, right. Over the course of the year, that's 169 times 12, right? Times three. It's like $4,000. Like, it's worth it.
Yeah, we do it 2 to 3 times a year, and I always get at least a handful of people back.
Yeah, and there's also little like things like, oh, maybe they didn't join, but they bought some protein, or they come back, or those people tell their friend about it. Like there's other things. So it's never like so black and white that it's like this many people joined and not or not. It's other things, happen within there.
What do you what do you say to the person that's like, what about my current members? What if they find out that I gave away a free month to somebody who canceled?
You always get that, right? It's like I've truly never experienced that. And I'm not saying me personally, like only the way I've run it, but actually hearing other affiliate owners. Like I've never heard someone, have you, Christian, where it's like, I did this and man, my members just really were upset. It's like
No, it's always like a hypothetical.
yeah, it's always like I'm negative and trying to find what won't, why, rather than why this will work, why it won't work. And it's one, your members are going to be pumped. First of
I
all,
tell my members when we're doing it, I tell them, I'm like, hey, just so you know, like all of like we're running, January is free for former members. So if you got a friend that left that you want them back, I'm gonna send them an email. You go bug them too.
yeah, and by the way, and if you bug them and they say it's because of you, I'll give you the referral.
$50.
Yeah, right. And so they're always pumped. They're like, "Oh, I haven't seen this guy in so long." Like, and then two, that's exactly what Kanan just said. It's like, and I will throw this out there: if your members are getting upset, I'll dig deeper. Then it's not the wrong members; it's the culture you've created as the affiliate owner. It's you. You've created some sort of monster in there that people are getting up. You're at the end of the day. We talked about this on the rate increase email that Fern and I like. You're always going to have your members that are like, I don't support you at the next level. Like there's always going to be a handful. Like you're my buddy Christian. I met you when you were, had 3 members and I supported you. Like, but more often than not, your members want to see you win.
Yeah.
Like I think about this a lot as I go back to the box. It's like for me and for jujitsu, like also like jujitsu to me is like synonymous with a CrossFit member. Like we had 2 Friendsgivings this year. First of all, first time I had friends. First Friendsgivings I've ever had. And like any social event, I committed and then immediately didn't want to go. But we went to both. So, but both were my jujitsu
It also
friends.
makes it worse that you had to pay them all to be there.
Both were my jujitsu friends. Like Thursday during the afternoon, like charcuterie, some whiskey. Like I didn't drink whiskey, but like ate tons of meat and cheese and chocolate. And it was great because, well, one, Roz's mom is here, my mother-in-law, so we're able to leave the kids. And Roz doesn't get to socialize. But the point is, it was like, these are my friends, like, from my gym. And then Friday, massive Friendsgiving at my buddy Joe's house. And it was just cool, like, meeting other people. But again, it's the community and culture. Like, people want that. And I think they want it more now than ever. But that's
And
what you're...
yeah, go ahead.
No, that's what you're doing at your box. So it's like, if you're afraid, like people are gonna be upset, like you're doing something wrong. Because like both of these Friendsgivings, for the record, the owner of the gym wasn't there, the GM wasn't there, no coaches were there. And also for me, like Ross was like, it was funny because Ross like, oh, you have like, because there were like 2 different groups. It was like the 2 different cliques at jiu-jitsu. She's like, do they know each other? I'm like, not really. She's like, well, how do you? I'm like, because I'm like the mayor at jujitsu, like, right, like, but like, it was
You
fun.
about to buy your studio?
What's that?
So you about to buy your studio?
Yeah, she, we were like, we don't want to go, and then she left. She went, and she was like, this was so great. I'm talked to other moms because the Friday one at dinner time, they were like, okay, men sit here, women sit here. So that was cool because it was like you're forced to talk to other people. It was fun.
Well, and on that note too, like a lot of gyms around this time, they have parties. And like if you have a Friendsgiving at the gym, or if you have a Christmas party at the gym, make sure you're communicating it out to everybody. Going back to the former members, like reach out to the former members and invite them to the party, and use that as an opportunity to get them to reconnect, and they'll end up like rejoining the gym. But like if you only tell the people who come to class all the time, like you're losing that opportunity for people to connect, and that's why they're joining.
Look at what Cody just said.
Elmo. I don't get it. Is he saying you sound like Elmo?
No, Elmo is a acronym for enough. Let's move on.
Oh.
Listen, this is why Cody can't be on the podcast. He's in a
Too
box.
rigid?
He's in a box. Yeah, he's rigid. Like there's, I'm not in any box. What box, right? So we got to have some fun on here. So, all right, we've given some advice on gift cards. We talked about win back. We talked
Yep.
about how to retain. Off topic. What the 631? No, James, I do not. Is that the level 4, or are you just coaching there? I would actually consider that if it were the level 4. Let's see what he says. I love Brittany and I love Mafia. I will just say, like, Coal Creek is across the street. Like, it's literally across the as much as you want to believe in your affiliate, it's like convenience is everything, right? Like Mafia, right? Like this is a scenario like if I were a consumer where it'd be like Coal Creek could probably be double price. But because of the convenience of like where it is, it's like assuming you can make I know it's the location.
Level 4. Is it the time
Yeah.
though? Is it 6:30 when you're doing the level 4?
That's an early level 4. He's probably practicing, I would assume, which is cool that Brittany's letting him do that. And then Carrie's letting James coach. Tomorrow night, I don't think I'm going to hit class, James, but I'll swing by. I probably have the kids with me. So anyway, I love Mafia. I'd love to go there. Truth be told, I don't go to Coal Creek enough. Like if I make it once, maybe twice a week, it's just that's good. I try to do their workouts either here or at Lifetime. What else? Any questions from anybody about this stuff? Or we've talked about, I would say, the last piece to all this we alluded to in the beginning, Christian. Yours is Friday. Cool. What time on Friday are you coaching? The level 4, and can I just come to that? But I would say, imagine if I derailed his level 4. If I like, what about if I like, what if I like if he's just giving the Metcon and like explaining the stimulus, and then I make it look like I'm gonna hit the stimulus, like okay, 95 pounds, that makes sense. And then when I start, I just completely botch like anyway.
I mean, isn't this what you do to Pat every day?
Dude, I derailed Pat's class so badly.
Just obliterate the stimulus?
When Pat passes level 4, it will be because
Yeah, exactly.
it will be because of all this has been all the tension and turmoil I've created has made him stronger at coaching.
I feel like you apply that to like many people in your life. You're better because I'm a pain in the ass.
I put you through the rigors of life. So anyway, point is, this is the time of year you should be talking to your members, talk to them about nutrition, talk to them about, hey, if you can't make it into the gym, like Brendan said, there's 100K earlier on. Like those things are great because it's like,
oh yeah, I'll pull that up.
Maybe I can row at home, maybe I can't, but it's like, right. It's like, it just gives people some purpose and a goal to strive for. Like maybe it's 100 push-ups a day. Maybe it's, what can you accumulate in December as many rounds as Cindy? So just different things to consider.
And we touched on it a little bit, but the committed club is a big motivator too. If you're running the committed club, a couple things that I do to help out with this time of year is one, I have a all year committed club. So if you were in the committed club, 12 out of 12 months, you get a patch, and the first year you get a book bag to put that patch on. So every year, so that's an incentive where it's like, hey, you gotta hustle to get in here in December. And then
that's only their first year of membership.
The first year, no, just the first year that they get 12 months of committed club, they get a backpack.
Annual, like January through December.
Yep, and then every year that they do it again, they get a new patch.
That's cool. I love that the first year they get. So you don't have like a lot of people getting that though.
No, there's just a few, but it's like if you're walking around with that backpack on with the patch.
Rennie, what time is the level 4 class? James refuses to answer me. So I love that idea. I love that. That's a great idea. By the way, Cody, if you're listening, we got some badass at the mastermind this year. And it's both in regards to two things you just said. It's something cool, a cool gift, but also some things to kind of track your performance over the years.
That's cool.
It's gonna be very cool.
something cool, something earned.
Because something earned. That's a good way to put it. And
Yeah.
I actually
Yeah,
saw
so we did that. And then something else we changed for this year was we changed that now at-home workouts will count as committed club. So
Okay,
we
how do you
we
track
off
that?
they have to check into we have a separate class, on our we use StreamFit, but in our software, there's a separate class that says at-home workout. So if you check into that class and log your score, that tells us that you did that, and you get the committed club credit for that.
That's cool, and I think, like, you're I like this comment, I wanna get to this guy. But I think that's cool because CrossFit can be done anywhere, and I don't wanna punish people, like, I train almost every day of my life, right? Like, I literally do something, right? And I'm gonna always say it's like CrossFit, like, sometimes it's just like I go for a walk, but there are days where it's like, "Man, I can't hit the WOD, but I'll hit it in the basement," and I think it is because the reason that's important is because people wanna be recognized for doing it, and if I know, hey, if I don't have time to make it to the box, but I do it at home, or I have a membership at a gym with daycare, I'm more likely to do it, and I can post my like, I do it for the accountability, I can post my score, and you're rewarding people for that, but now I'm more likely to come in tomorrow.
Yeah, and
And
same thing for 24/7 access. If they hit the workout during 24/7, same thing, they just check in during the at-home option, and you got credit.
is the rule they have to do the class workout or the prescribed at home workout?
No, if they just do a workout during 24/7, I count it.
Cool, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
because 'cause I'm just my whole thing is, like, I don't
make it hard.
even though class is, like, the priority, I want you in class, I care more that, like, we are encouraging healthy habits, and, like, if you wanted to
Exactly,
go do freaking, double Tabata, burpees and sit-ups instead of our workout, like, I don't care. Like,
absolutely.
great, good job.
Let me pull this guy. Shift Combat Sports. I don't own a CrossFit gym, but I do CrossFit actually on a Muay Thai school not far from CrossFit. That's awesome. So he's in Virginia Beach. Yeah, dude, cool. Thanks for listening. Because I do think there's a ton. Like, the reason I knew about the gift card at Easton where I train is because I told Matt, the GM, I was like, I basically said, hey, you should do gift cards like we do. And he's like, well, we do it, but this way. And I was like, cool. Like, that's just another way to do it. But I've talked to my buddies that own a jujitsu school down the road here, Leverage, Rob and Fabi. They do a committed club now. They do ambassadors. Like, it's all like it's all the same. The one difference I would say, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know your name, Shift, is the small challenge in there is often like the demographic for martial arts is typically not always like younger dudes. So some of it is kind of like you don't want to come off as like the committed club I get could be like fluffy. Like, I don't have a better word for it, but it's not if positioned right. But again, it's all about like how do I get you to come in consistently? And then there's other, as far as pricing and all these other things, it's like essentially the same business.
I even think the committed club doesn't necessarily have to be priced or, fluffy. I think it's as long as you brand it the way that your brand is, like, I think it makes sense.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. That's
Because
cool.
with the dudes, it's like, who's committed? Like, who's
Yeah.
committed to being better? And you brand it that way to where, you know, um, you can demonstrate your, like, commitment to getting better at this.
Well, and martial arts inherently have a committed club with belts or Muay Thai with shirts or whatever the progression is. So yeah, I do some Muay Thai as well, and I love it. You got to get Fern in there. He's the P word.
Did you see, Brittany responded to you with your
Yeah,
level 4
I got a
thing?
couple on here. I love it, Brad. Good to see you on here, by the way. Hey, Brad's podcast came out last week?
What with you? Were you on it?
No, no,
Oh,
no.
Brad on our
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah,
I thought you were talking about Brad's podcast. Yes. Yes, Brad was on the podcast super recently. I think it was last
yeah.
week.
I just remember it popped up in my feed. Yeah, cool. Check it out.
Have you made it on Brad's actual podcast though yet?
I was on his.
Were you on it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a month or two
You
ago.
and Fern were joking when
No,
we
no. Then we
recorded
went
that
on.
episode. You guys were joking about how you hadn't been on it yet.
Yeah, but then we went on. My score is never better when I'm at home. I always perform better at the box. Um, Little to no reason, miss moving. Yep, I love it, Cody. Here are the classes: 8:30, noon, 4 and 6. That's on Friday. Is that Friday, Brittany?
That's what she
I
said.
can't. I don't think I can make those. I gotta go. Well, we have a team meeting, and then Roz has some sort of thing at night. Unfortunately, I don't think I can make those. I would try to make the 8:30, but Bodie's got like a parent thing at his school. I know he's like 1, but
Yeah. What's he gonna?
he's not gonna.
He's gonna present. He's gonna report. He's gonna present you.
Well, Roz coaches at Lifetime Friday morning, so I'm taking Bodie and then doing whatever we're doing there. Well, yeah, and Friday evening she has like a holiday party for her photography bunch. So anyway, keep me posted, but I will get in Brittany again. And let's see what. Oh, Adam, nice to meet you, Adam. We're sure. Yeah, but it's absolutely. And by the way, I don't know if it's the case for you in Virginia Beach. I mean, Brittany does jujitsu. I'd say jujitsu is still way more men, like probably 90-10. I do see a lot of females on the Muay Thai side. So where I train at Easton, they have like both Muay Thai and jujitsu often running simultaneously. There's a ton of women on the Muay Thai side, so I'm sure I'm sure you've seen that there. All right, save your comments for Brittany off. Yeah. Anyway, that was everybody. Cool. I'll reach out to James and Brittany offline. I would love and Ryan as well. I would love to try to find a class I can make.
Yeah, and we'll coordinate. And like I mentioned, we'll coordinate. We'll get James and Ryan on the podcast after the level 4, or on the YouTube live with Todd and Kristen for the level 4.
Yeah. Adam, do you
Really
know Fern at Virginia Beach? Because if you do, you guys should chat. There's probably some cool things you guys can do together, and we'd love to potentially have you on the podcast in the future to talk about running a martial arts school and seeing some of the overlap. There's definitely a ton of potential. Cool. Reach out to Fern. Fern at besthouroftheirday.com if you want to shoot him an email. Or you might know him. Anyway, what else, Christian? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good. Well, thanks you guys. Yeah, thanks for the comments, guys. And show up with your questions. Like, let us know. Like, this is an open Q&A. Like, we show up with topics. But if you guys got questions that you want us to jam on, like, we that helps us. That helps us help you. So let us
know. Do you notice that last week when AAA was on, we had like triple the viewers?
Yeah, his whole gym was watching. Yeah, he put it. His whiteboard brief the entire week prior was like, "Hey, log in live and watch me on the Best Hour Live."
Well,
I'm joking. I don't know if he did that or not.
I dropped a comment for you, Adam, to grab his email. Shoot him an email, and I'm Jason. If you want to include me on there. But yeah, it's crazy. AAA. By the way, I saw a picture of AAA with his brother, who's also a monster.
Well, he said they're Samoans, so.
Well, and I did not. When he said it, I was like, yeah, but I mean, Samoans are like The Rock is Samoan, right? Like all the wrestlers are Samoan, and
there he is. There.
Yeah, his community, and he had some new members since when he was on the Monday call. Like, but anyway, him and his brother need to go to the WWE.
He's wasting his talents as an affiliate owner.
Wasting his talents and could be potentially making a lot more money. But it's impressive what he's doing there. So very cool. All right. Well, if anything that we talked about, if you're an owner or you're a coach that wants to be an owner or helps your owner, hit us up. My email is Jason at Best Hour of Their Day. His is Christian at Best Hour of Their Day. If you're ever unsure, it's support at Best Hour of Their Day. But things like the win back, things like the advent calendar that Christian spoke about, things like the gift cards. Hey, we want to help you guys, whether you're a client of ours or not. So please reach out and let us know. So awesome, Christian. We'll be here the next 2 weeks, and then I think we're taking 2 weeks off for it's like Christmas Eve and New Year's.
Yep.
So we'll be off for a couple of weeks, but in the interim, like Christian said, we appreciate you guys tagging along with us. Share this with people. Share this with your box owner. But again, please chime in, ask questions. We're here to help. All right, Christian.
Cool. All right. See you guys later. Thanks.